What's up, everybody? This is Michael here, and I'm excited to talk to you guys today about how to actually budget. Here's the thing. If you're like most people, you've tried to budget before and it didn't work. Now, you want to know why it didn't work? It's because most of the time, people, when they talk about budgets, talk about cutting back and sacrifices. And words like cutting back and sacrifices are boring and they suck. And so I want to give you guys a more effective way to budget and to think about budgeting so that way you actually stick with it, because we're going to budget based off of your desires, okay? And so here's how we're going to do it. The first thing I want you to do is to shift your mindset. Shift your mindset and redefine what budgeting is. Budgeting is a tool that helps you get rich while enjoying the things you love and eliminating the things you don't love. I'll say it again. Budgets are a tool that help you get rich and enjoy the things you love while eliminating what you don't love. So many times people think, okay, whenever I get my money right, whenever I'm balling, I'm going to be able to say yes to everything and do everything. And I would challenge that mindset by saying that when you have more money, you're able to actually do less. Less of what you don't love, less of working a job that's not within your purpose, less of doing stuff you don't like, and you're able to say no to the stuff that you don't love. And so with that mindset in place, and in light of that information, I don't want you to just focus on what success gurus call a to-do list. All of us have to-do lists, right? And we need to kind of shift our mindset and say, instead of having a to-do list, we need to have a to-don't list. We need to have a list of things that we're not going to do and base the things we're not going to do off of the things we don't love to do, okay? And so let's talk about your budget. I want you to first do this. I want you to create a T-chart. And in this T-chart, on the left side, I want you to have stuff you love. And on the right side, I want you to have stuff you don't love. I'm going to give you my T-chart as an example. So for my T-chart, under stuff I love, I have my children's education, avoiding housework, eating great food, personal relationships, and my marriage. Under stuff that I don't love, I have clothes and shoes, technology, cars, furniture, and traveling. Now, how does this play out in my life? So the first thing I mentioned was children's education. Children's education, the education of my children is very, very important to me. And so because of that, me and my wife, we pay someone to be a full-time homeschool teacher one-on-one with our 3-year-old. And we pay another person to be a full-time nanny one-on-one with our 11-month-old daughter. And so while we could cut back, we probably pay maybe 3 to 4 times the amount that most people do when it comes to childcare. But the reason why we do that is because it matters to us. It matters to me that my kid is not one kid out of 10 that one teacher is responsible for, and that he's moving at a pace with his education that is congruent with what he knows. That's really, really important to me. It's not important to everybody, but it's important to me. And so children's education, we invest and go all in on that. Another thing that I mentioned was avoiding housework. So I don't like dishes. I don't like laundry. If I'm responsible for laundry, I wash the clothes. They may get dry, but I probably won't switch them over soon enough. So then they get that weird smell, and I have to wash them again with even more detergent and fabric softener, then dry them. And then after I dry them, they stay in the hamper for God knows how long. And then after they're in the hamper for, a couple of weeks, I've worn some of them. I haven't worn others of them, but then the clothes in the hamper that are clean get mixed up with dirty clothes, and then it's just a mess, and I hate it. And I hate housework. I don't like dishes. I don't like letting it soak and then putting my hand in soapy, foody water inside of a casserole dish. Like, that's not my vibe. I don't like housework. I don't like it. Mowing the lawn, we got a big lawn, and I just hate it. I just hate it. And so, what does that mean? We invest and put our money in the stuff that matters to us. So I put my money in housework. We have a lady who comes in and cleans our house and does laundry every single Sunday. We have an assistant that helps with household things around the house, grocery shopping, things like that. We pay for lawn care because I'm not getting out there and cutting the grass. The big idea is that I love avoiding housework, and so I'm going to focus my money in doing that. Another thing that I wrote was eating great food. I grew up living a life where I had to read the menu from right to left, meaning that I would look at the price of stuff first, and then after I looked at the price, I was like, all right, what price aligns with what I can eat? I remember even growing up, I would go out to eat, and we would ask my parents, so what's the budget while we're out? And you know what? I really like food, and I don't like eating food that I don't love. And so whenever I go to a restaurant, I make sure that I have whatever I need to have the appetizer I want, the entree I want, the dessert I want, and the drink I want. Like, straight up, I don't read the menu from right to left. I read it from left to right. And if I want a filet, I'm getting a filet. You know what I mean? And so I care about good food. I care about personal relationships. You know, some people, you listen to Dave Ramsey or something like that, and it's just like, stop going to Starbucks. But you know what? I have a mentee that I meet with every single week, and we meet at Starbucks every Sunday at 9:40. And guess what? I pay a nice amount for some overpriced coffee and an overpriced Danish, and I buy his coffee too. And you know what? I don't care because I care about coffee. Like, that matters to me. Do I go to Starbucks every day? No. But I'm not going to slap myself on the wrist or feel bad or guilty for doing something that I love and want to do. And the same thing goes with the relationship with my wife, my marriage. Like, we go on a date every single Tuesday, and we go out to eat to places that I like or that Amanda likes. But we're not going to go on a date to McDonald's or Burger King to save money. Like, it's just, that stuff matters to me, and I'm going to go all in on spending money in those areas. But now let's talk about the stuff that I don't like, or that I don't love. It's not that I don't like it, it's that I just don't love it. Clothes and shoes. I really don't care about clothes and shoes. I work from home. I'm already married. I have nothing to prove. My clothes, my wardrobe looks like a gray shirt. I have a black shirt, a red shirt, a blue shirt, a green shirt. I just, whatever. And I wear sweats. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wearing sweats. I may buy one pair of shoes a year, maybe. And I just don't care about clothes and shoes like that, Another thing I don't care about is technology. I don't have the latest iPhone. I don't have just gadgets and stuff like that. Even some of our computers are older. The only time we buy new technology is if we see it as an investment. So, like, we bought this camera as a business investment. We bought a laptop as a business investment. But if it's not an investment, I really don't care about the technology all that much. The next thing is cars. Listen, before our car was stolen, we had a 2012 Nissan Murano. It had about 150,000 miles on it. We were going to ride that baby until it had 200, 250. I don't care about cars. I work from home, and I don't drive that much anyways. And so I just Whether it's a 2005 or 2012 or 2018, doesn't make that much of a difference because I'm going to just ride it out. I don't need the latest and greatest piece of depreciating metal. That doesn't matter to me. So therefore, I'm not going to throw a whole bunch of money into a car note because I don't love it. It doesn't matter to me. Now, the next thing is furniture. Furniture is something that, like our bed, our guest bedroom bed, the couch in the living room, dining room table, all of that was given to us by our parents. The kitchen table is a secondhand. I got it off of Craigslist or OfferUp. Even the TV in our living room, which I know is more like technology, we bought that from a thrift store 6 years ago when we first got married, and we still have it. It don't work the best, but it gets the job done. So I just don't care about furniture. The only new furniture we really bought are things like I bought 2 chairs that Amanda begged me for like 2 years from Target. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't care about furniture, and I don't really care about traveling either. Because honestly, for me, traveling always tends to be more expensive than I expect. I really enjoy the comfort and peace of my own home and the rhythm of my daily life. And later on, maybe when my kids get older or something, I'll care about traveling. But whenever we travel now, we have to decide, are we taking the kids? Are we not taking the kids? Who's watching the kids? How long are they watching the kids? Like, it's just a whole ordeal. And so those are the things that I don't care about. Now, that said, you need to figure out how to eliminate the stuff that you don't care about and maximize the stuff you do care about. When you get your money, when you get your paycheck, first you automate 10% of your savings, but then after that, you focus your money and put it towards the things that matter most to you. See, a reason a lot of you guys are not sticking to your budget is because you're taking money and you're putting it towards stuff that you actually don't care about. You don't care about eating good food. You eat whatever. I know people who are like that. Like, it's bewildering to me. But I talk to people who can eat the same thing over and over. They don't get sick of food. It's like, I need variety. Like, I'm just different, I guess. And so for people like that, if you are good just making food at the house and not eating out or not enjoying like good food, then when your friends ask you to go out to eat to Papa Do's on the weekend, then you'd be like, no, not because I don't love y'all and not because I'm broke, but because I don't love going out to eat. I would much rather eat at home. Y'all come over to the house. You know what I mean? We'll eat food, I'll cook, and I'll keep the leftovers, you know? So it's just like, you need to focus on that. Like when the new iPhone comes out and, you know, your screen breaks and you bring it to T-Mobile or Sprint or AT&T, don't let them sell you the new iPhone for $1,000. Just get your screen fixed for $100 because you just know you don't really care about technology all that much. You need to just figure out what your priorities are and then focus your time, effort, energy, and money towards maximizing what you love and eliminating what you don't. For some of you guys, y'all are being peer pressured into being broke. You're trying to buy clothes you don't care about, technology you don't care about, you know, travel to places you don't even feel like traveling to, and you're doing it for other people, but you need to financially put yourself first, and then everything else will fall into line. And so, I hope this was helpful. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I have a PDF guide, an ebook in the description book that's absolutely free called Money Made Easy that's helped hundreds of people already. They loved it. It's free. Grab it now while you can. And I'll see you next time. See you soon. Bye-bye.